This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Brueski,
featuring retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer.
If you want a really good defense, there's great defense attorneys out there, Jose Baez being one of them. The only problem with that is it's been connected to a lot of cases where, yes, people were found innocent in the court, but when it comes to public opinion, when it comes to common sense, sometimes the reality may not exactly be what that verdict said it was. Jared Bridegan, of course, the Microsoft executive who was executed, and now the charges are against his ex-wife and her husband for ordering that hit. Well, they have now obtained Jose Baez as their attorney. Again, great defense attorney, but optic-wise, is this the best thing for them at this moment in time? I would argue, Casey Anthony's free for her freedom, and they're playing their game. I would imagine it just might be. What are your thoughts, Jennifer Coffindaffer?
Well, my thoughts are, if I had a loved one that was being charged with such a crime, that's who I'd want to hire.
Sure.
He's proven. Yeah. He's proven himself. I mean, he really, somehow got Casey Anthony off. Mm-hmm. Is there much more to say than that? So I think he is an incredible attorney. He's incredible at causing, or at least how he makes come to light any sort of reasonable doubt. Even if there's really no reasonable doubt, he can make it, rise its head, at least to convince a juror or two that it exists. And that's what he's going to do in this case. I mean, this case obviously is very circumstantial, which to me, I kind of hate it when people say that, because circumstantial evidence is so strong.
Yes.
If you don't have snow on the ground at night, and then I look out in the morning and there's snow all over the ground, I know it snowed.
Yes.
It doesn't get much stronger than that. And they've got loads of circumstantial evidence, but he'll do a good job of diverting that evidence away from his client and toward co-conspirators. And that's what we're going to see here.
And I'm wondering how that's going to be done and what is going to be said, because this does look like a very clear case. We have the hitman who came out and said, yeah, these two hired me, or at least Mario hired me. And the fact that now Mario and Shanna are being tried together going forward. Jose Baez is right there. The one thought I had was, well, is one going to flip on the other? Is one going to say, look, this was the absolute worst Mother's Day present I've ever received from my husband. He went and did this without my knowledge, somehow thought it was the best thing because I've been complaining about my ex-husband or whatever. Maybe go down that road, but they're very much intertwined here. They're connected. So I can't see that happening. I can't foresee what roads that they can go down to not have this connection there, when the man who did pull the trigger, who's going to serve time for it, is flat out saying these guys, because he had no reason, he had no motive to be connected to the Jared Bridegan, their ex-husband.
Yeah, it's going to be a long road to hoe, as they say, but he did it in Casey Anthony. And it's amazing how they twisted that case to look like it was Casey Anthony's father.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, which was the big, shocker and reveal and twist, and really without evidence, but just planted that seed. So in this case, I mean, you have the guy who actually pulled the trigger, the guy that's the heathen murderer, right? And the jury's going to have to rely on what he has to say. Obviously, there's a lot of corroborative information in terms of cell information and other information that implicates, or that actually supports him implicating them. Mm-hmm. But Tony, I agree with you, but if anybody can do it, it's this attorney. So I think it's a brilliant move.
I do too. It helps when you have a lot of money, which we know Shanna Garner Smith's family does. I don't think you'd be getting Jose Baez without that. So I get it. If it's your kid, you're going to want to defend them in any way you can, by any means that you can. This will be another work of magic if Jose Baez can pull this off, but I'm not really doubting that he can't. I think this is going to be a fun one to watch, or I shouldn't say fun. It's a horrible situation, but a very interesting one to watch in terms of, I guess, a master at his craft.
Yeah, he's a master at his craft, and he's master of diversion. I mean, who knows? We might hear of somebody else involved in this that he tries to, say was the actual puppet master. Mm-hmm. I'll be interested to see. But as I said, Tony, I couldn't imagine anyone better to hire if I had a loved one that was in a spot like that.
Sick of the ads?
We are too.
Start listening with no commercials now and get access to all of our episodes in advance of everyone else.
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
True Crime Today Premium Plus.
Sign up now.